back, MB and Denny. We're on to our upper body workout today. So, in terms of equipment you're going to need, some sort of dumbbell. Doesn't necessarily need to be too heavy. If you have a weight plate, that would be ideal, but honestly even something like a tennis ball can work fine. We just basically need something that can balance it on our hand as we move our hand through some crazy movements. Next, we're going to need a couple bands. One should be kind of the lightest band you can find, and if you can find another band, one that's a little bit thicker would be nice to have. Doesn't matter if you only have one band, but ideally if you have a little thicker band you can use two, that'd be great. We'll also need a foam roller, and then also something to sit on. All right, we'll be getting into the warm-up here. All right, folks. So we're gonna go ahead and start in on our upper body warm-up. We're gonna start with something that's called shoulder swimmers. I also realized I forgot to tell you guys, but if you do have some ankle weights again, it's gonna be optional, but you may want them eventually. Probably not within the first couple weeks, but eventually if these get too easy, you can go ahead and add ankle weights. So we're gonna start off with these shoulder swimmers. I'm gonna go ahead and lie face down on the ground. If you have something you can put your head on, maybe a pillow, that would be great. You're gonna press that forehead to the ground, reach those arms out in front of you. And I'm basically going to lift my arms up, wrap my arms around, tapping my lower back. I'm going to keep those elbows up high. I'm going to extend back, wrap back around. Do 9 more of those. I'm going to keep my head down for the rest. Moving nice and slow. Pretty much trying to work through as much range as you can without any pain. Go 5 more. Two more. Last one. All right, next we're going to go ahead and grab our little weight plate if we have one. If not, something you can kind of rest on your hand, make sure we're staying strict. You can either kneel or you can stand all the way up. Just so I'm sure I'm in frame, I'm going to go ahead and kneel. And I'm basically going to make a big circle all the way around. I'm just going to keep going in this direction. I know these look a little crazy, you guys will find it. I'm trying to keep my hand open. I don't want to actually grab with my fingertips. Like so. I want to make sure I have that open hand. 2 more this way. Next, I'll throw you guys for a little loop. I'm going to go ahead and go opposite direction. So that'll be starting over the top of my head for me. 3 more here. Some people will have you do these relatively strict, but we're here, we're trying to actually get our ribs moving as well. That's my preferred way to do it. We're gonna go ahead and switch sides. Another 5 each direction. Two more. And switching directions, we got 5 more. And 2 more. Last one. All right, there you go. You can go ahead and set this down. Next, you're going to grab your dumbbell. We're going to show you guys a few different angles of this, but essentially I'm going to start lying down, one knee right above my hip. So one leg is going to be up in the air. Whatever leg I choose, I'm going to lift with that same arm. I'm going to cross my leg over to the ground. As I tap that knee, I'm going to reach up. So I actually want to aim for my knee, not just my foot. It's going to let us get a little extra rotation in here. Trying to reach straight up. I'm going to get 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. After that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys an alternate angle here. We're going to be switching sides. Same thing, this leg comes up in the air, cross over, reach up. Should feel a nice stretch through our back here. We're trying to get our hips and shoulders to separate. Got 5 more here. If I am ever going too fast, you can always go ahead and pause or rewind the video. Go ahead and work in at your own pace. We got 2 more. And last one. All right. Final part of that warm-up, we're going to go into a little bit of segmented cat-cow. So by segmented, I mean we're going to try and work one vertebra at a time. So I'm going to start in this neutral position, and I'm going to start extending my low back. And I'll start working my way up my spine, all the way till I lift my head all the way up, and start tucking that low back, trying to work one vertebra at a time, finishing by tucking that chin, one more time from the low back, working into that extension, nice and slow, one last time, rounding that back. Next, I'm going to start from my head. I'll lift my head up, start working my way down my spine, nice and slow, and tucking again from the head, rounding that upper back, mid back, low back, and tucking my pelvis. One more time. And one more round. All right, we're going to go through that one more time. So if you wanted to here, felt like those shoulder swimmers were really easy, that's when you could add a little bit of weight. So if you're going to use weight here, you're going to put them onto your wrists. Obviously not our ankles, that probably makes sense. And again, we'll be moving on to those shoulder swimmers. Lying face down, head down, reaching those arms out. We're going to lift up, wrap around, tapping that low back, wrapping back around. Keeping those elbows nice and high. Halfway there. 1 more. 2 more. All right. These ankle weights are heavy. All right. We'll be moving back onto our teacups. So again, you'll go ahead, grab that little plate or whatever you're using. Again, I'm going to do it from that kneeling position. I'd also recommend you probably do it from standing to start. And we're going to keep wrapping around. Two more. One more. And switching directions. 3 more. 2. And last one. There we are. We'll go ahead and switch sides and wrapping inside. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. And we'll go ahead and switch directions. 5 more. 3 more. 2. And last one. There we are. You can go ahead and set that down. We're going to grab that light dumbbell again. And we'll start off again with some more of those arm bar crossovers. One leg up in the air, crossing over, reaching up. Got 5 more here. Two more. Last one. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. Again, I'll give you a slightly different angle. Crossing over, reaching up. Four more. All right, we're done with those. One more time, we're gonna go through a spinal segmentation. This time we're gonna go ahead and start at our head. I'm gonna work my way into extension first, lifting my head up, working my way down my spine, and tucking in. Upper back, mid back, low back, and pelvis. Squeezing my glutes at the end, lift that head up. And work my way down my spine, really trying to keep those elbows straight the whole time. I'm going to start on my lower back this time, starting to round. Other important thing is I want to try and keep my shoulders right over my hands the whole time, and my hips right above my knees. One more time, just going to work in the flexion. All right, you guys, hope we're feeling warm. All right, you guys, hope you guys are feeling nice and warm. If you need any water or anything like that, hopefully you got some. If you need to pause, grab some water, grab some water. First off, we're going to be grabbing our slightly thicker band. For me, that's going to be this red band right here. So we actually have a couple different options here. The least equipment is going to be that I hook this band around my feet and either grab at the end, or if that feels super easy, I can grab a little further up on the band. From there, we're going to be doing rows, like so, sitting up nice and tall. Our other option here is if you have something where you can anchor this band, like so, that's actually going to be a little bit more sturdy. From here again, we're going to sit up nice and tall and go through 20 rows. So make sure we get far enough away that you're getting that resistance, but that you can still pull all the way back. All right, you guys, 20 rows. Halfway there. Three more. All right, that's 20 right there. So next, if you have a timer, we're going to go ahead and grab our timer. And what we're going to be doing is holding the bottom of a push-up from our kneeling position here at the bottom for time. If these still feel too hard, you can go ahead and just use a wall. You'll bend your arms as far as you can up to that wall, and you'll hold there. It's totally fine. So when you start, we're going to start with just as much time as you can do. I'm going to go ahead and hold this for 30 seconds. However long you make, that's perfectly fine. All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Holding there, we're trying to have a straight body line from our knees, through our hips, through our shoulders. Pressing that whole hand down into the ground, holding here. 15 more seconds. 5 more seconds. And relax. Again, if that was a little bit hard, you have to go up to that wall. Totally not a big deal. We're gonna have one more part to that circuit. I'm going to grab one of my lighter bands now, and we have these same options here. We can either put that band just around my feet like so, or if you do have something you can attach it to, that's going to be our best option here. So from here, and I'm actually going to give you guys kind of a back view here, I'm going to be pulling my elbows and my hands up high. Kind of an L shape here. We're going to be doing 10 of these. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the back view here. Three, 2, and 1. All right, you guys. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. We're gonna run through that one more time. Again, we're gonna go ahead and start off with my thicker band. If you do need some water, grab some water now in between rounds. You can take about a 1-minute rest, but for the sake of not talking to the camera for a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and start in on my rows again. This time I'll show you guys what it looks like if that band is just around my feet. I'm gonna go ahead and grab slightly in, just so I kind of have full tension that whole time. Sitting up nice and tall, 20 rows. Halfway. All right, next, we're gonna be going back onto our push-up ISO. I'm gonna show you guys what it would look like if I was doing this on a wall. I'm just gonna use this squat rack here just so we can kind of see each other. But ideally my hands would be spaced farther out like a normal push-up when you're on that wall. Again, I'm gonna hold for 30 seconds, just kind of doing what you can do here. Ready, and we're going. More seconds. 10 more seconds here. If I did still need to make this easier, I just walk my feet in a little bit closer. And 30 seconds there. All right. One more time with our banded L pulls. Again, this is going to be with our lighter band here. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the back view. You can see that my camera is not perfectly angled. Hopefully I'm in frame. All right, you guys, there's 10 of those. We're gonna go through one more little circuit here. Moving on to our next circuit, I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze my roller that I have in between my knees. I'm gonna grab something like my band. If you have a stick or something like that, that's totally fine too. I'm gonna go ahead, reach that band out. I'm kind of slouching here, keeping a squeeze on that roller. We're gonna rotate as far as you can. Alternating sides, keeping some tension on that roller, really kind of pushing into end range. If you can, let all that air out at the end. Staying nice and slouched. One more. Right, from there, we're going to be moving on to first a prone Y ISO. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to be lying on the ground again. Again, I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds. Start wherever you need to and work your way up from there. I'm going to be at Y position here. So holding my arms out about there. From there, I'm going to lift my arms up off the ground. You can keep your head down, or you can hold it slightly above the ground, up to you. If you let it rest, it'll be slightly easier. And we're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. Ready and go. Keeping those thumbs up. We got 20 more seconds. Again, if you drop by now, not a big deal. We're going to keep working at it. 5 more seconds. And relax. Again, this is another one. If you did want to make it a little bit harder, you can go ahead and wrap those ankle weights around your wrists and do the same thing. Next, we are going to work on expanding our upper ribs and also working on rear delts, back of our shoulders. So in either the standing or kneeling position, you can even sit down on a chair if you want to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stay pretty tall here, but with my arms, I'm going to keep pushing that band as far forward as I can. From there, you're going to slightly pull out on that band while you keep pushing that band forward. We're going to hold that. I'm going to attempt to breathe into this area right between my shoulder blades for this whole time. Again, I'm going to start with 30 seconds. If that feels really easy or really hard, you just go ahead and adjust it as needed. We have 30 seconds here. Inhaling in through my nose as I try to expand that upper back. I should feel a bit of a stretch in between those shoulder blades, and I should also feel my rear delts working hard. Five more seconds here. And relax. All right, you guys, again, we're gonna go through this one more time. If you need a little breather, take a little breather. I'm just gonna jump right into it. And we're gonna go back to our banded rotations here. So again, I'll be sitting this roller in between my knees, keeping about a 30% squeeze on it the whole time, reaching my arms out, taking a little bit of a slouch here, rotating hard into that end range, always keeping some tension on that roller there. Exhaling hard at the end. Halfway there. One more. All right, done with those. From there, we're going to be moving back on to our prone Y ISO. So again, I'm going to be in this Y shape here. And again, if you do need to pause the video because you're going to go way longer than 30 seconds, that's totally fine. I'm going to start again with 30 seconds. Getting into that Y shape. Ready and go. I don't want extend too much through my back here. I'll keep my back kind of down and relaxed. I'm really just lifting through my shoulders here. Halfway there. 10 more seconds. If you are feeling a lot of your upper traps, just go ahead and reach farther away. You're going to try and reach out as well as up. And go ahead and relax. Shake those arms out. One more time. We're going to go back to our band. And we're going to do another 30 seconds. So again, I'll push that band away from you, get a lot of round in that upper back, then pull that band apart while still keeping that round in that upper back best I can. And we're going to go 30 seconds. Ready, begin. Keep pushing that band forward as you pull apart. Not leaning forward, staying pretty vertical in the torso. 10 more seconds. And relax. All right, folks, very nice. So, we're just gonna run through a quick set of arms, then we're gonna finish up with a little bit of neck. So if you guys did want to do more of these, you're always welcome to. I'm only going to do one set. We're just going to step into that band. We're going to throw 20 bicep curls into the mix. And if you wanted to make these easier, you take one foot out. If you want to make them harder, you just widen that stance on there. Halfway there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, from there we're going to move on to our triceps. So you can grab a little lower onto that band, drive that elbow up. We're going to go 10 on each side, squeezing that arm back. Tricep kickbacks. Squeezing hard at the top. And you're going to go ahead and switch. So if I'm working my left arm, I have my right foot in the band. Halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, if you did really want to do another set of those, go ahead and pause the video and go through another one of those, or even run it back, and you can do the same thing. To finish up our upper body workout, we're just going to make sure that we get some movement into our neck. You can do this seated, you can do it standing, it's really up to you. We're going to have you kind of pull those top ribs down up by your collarbone. Basically just going to make 5 big head circles, as big as you can, without letting anything else move. I don't need to be moving my whole body here. We're just going to be moving at that neck. We go 3 more each side, in each direction. If you did want to do more of these, again, you can always keep going. 1 more each way. All right, you guys, thank you guys very much. If you guys have any questions, you can always shoot me a text.